My name is Mbali Soke, and I am a lover of all things mental health related. I'm very much interested in that. So today we have an article that we're going to be going over. I am so tired. I slept at like 3 o'clock-ish in the morning, and it messed up the rest of my day because wow. And I'd actually like to hear in the comments from you what topics in the mental health space you'd like for me to research a bit more about so that we can talk about that. Like we can read articles from that, right? Because I went and searched again and then I realized some of these articles I've already read. So I'm like, okay, I need to start going into like extra pages here. We must search more results and whatever. The article that I'm going to be reading today, it is going to be linked in the description below. Also, my Shein affiliate link and code will also be there for you to find any of the stuff that I've been using. That my mic or glasses, this beanie is really from there. Any of the stuff that you might see me using in my vlogs or in these videos, you might find it on my Shein card. So use that code if you can, please, and thank you. And otherwise, let's get right into this article. All right, so the one that I clicked on today, this looks so complicated. The life world of families of mental health care users in rural South Africa. A phenomenological study. Phenomenological study, yes. Okay, that was right. I just found it interesting because of like the rural part, and I live in rural, well, home for me is rural South Africa. That's I fall under rural South Africa. So I'm like, okay. About the authors, Takalani is in the Department of Nursing, Faculty of Health Sciences at UP, and Anna van der is the Department of Nursing as well in UP. Miriam he is also Department of Nursing, but at University of Limpopo in Polokwane. All right, so background. They literally have it written this way. This is so confusing. The website is literally South African Journal of Psychiatry. And I'm starting to think that this is like maybe a varsity thing. Like, I don't even know because I hope you're going to see what I'm seeing here. Like, do you see what this website is websiting? I hope you understand. So here they have like the background, aim, setting, what methods, I think. Methods, results, conclusion, I can't read backwards now. Contribution. I'm just like, but now I'm invested. So let's get into it. Let's see. Background. In recovery, orientated mental health care, family members of mental health care users form part of the caring team. Families are expected to care for mental health care users without support in the under-resourced rural Bembe district in South Africa. Okay, so I think they're specifically speaking about Bembe district. Okay, this study aims to describe the life world of family members caring for mental health care users in rural areas to inform the development of a support program. Setting. Purposive sampling was used to select 16 family members from 8 community health centers in the Bembe district. Methods. A qualitative approach. Reading, I thought I was good at it. But every time I get into these articles, I'm just like, nah, child. Using a descriptive phenomenological design was adopted to conduct destructive interviews that were transcribed, translated, and analyzed using a descriptive method. Results. Family members continuously contemplate their responsibilities. Endless concerns and stress result in forgetfulness and physical problems such as insomnia, hypertension, and pain. Family members feel powerless and helpless when there is no improvement and support from community resources. Fear of being violated, embarrassed, and stigmatized by community members results in social isolation and depression. Oh man. Okay, so I don't really understand the context of this whole thing, right? The reason why I clicked on it is because of being in a rural area and working on the stuff that has to do with mental health from this area and feeling a bit offish about what access people here have to resources that will benefit their mental health. And when they're dealing with someone that is really struggling, which I've seen deal with someone that is really struggling, that person ends up really isolating themselves because the mental health care. I remember the last article we read, where it said that's near 5%. That's nearly 5% only from budget, yeah, the health situation. But for the mental health space, for psychiatry department, 5% of the budget. So there's not much. There's so much that could be different to help people around, but I also think a bit more effort in breaking the stigma would really help communities in these types of areas. Okay, my mic died. I might have to get a little loud voice projection. Buba, were you going to pour for yourself? Oh, yeah, then can I have? If public facilities are giving us everything, the best of the best that they can offer there, but the stigma is not being broken down or helped with editing that, or people still aren't going to go and ask for the help, or are not even going to know what do I say when I get to these places asking for help. When coming from an urban area, you almost already know that people have an understanding of mental health in general. They have an understanding of mental illness, they have an understanding of mental health struggles, they have an understanding of temporary, permanent, like they have, you know what I mean? They have a lot of understanding around it altogether, that it's easier to get to a GP. Thank you, babe. It's easier to get to a GP and just say, I feel like what it is depression, and not have it as an awkward conversation. Whereas, yeah, I came to a clinic here once and I was like, I would like to get my antidepressants from here. So what do you need from me? Like, what's the process? What happens? And they were like, what do you mean you need to get your antidepressants? And I'm like, no, I've taken antidepressants before, and so I wanted to continue taking them, but nikitinka from somewhere else, and now I'd like to continue with doing that. What's the process? What do we do? Where do we start? And they were like, no, you can't just want antidepressants, because what if you're going to abuse them? What if you don't know what they do? Which ones did you actually have? And I tell them the brand. And they're like, yeah, we know you're going to speak about that one. But it became like, it became this weird, you don't know what you're talking about thing. And then no, would have to let you see a doctor first, and or get it from the hospital. And I'm like, yeah, I have been to the hospital, and I just got like a 30-day pack, and that was it. But I need, going forward, or just to be checked out if I can get going for, or like something. Give me something. I'm not in the healthcare space. You know what I mean? Like, you could actually give me the advice or the explanation that, okay, no, if you're coming with that type of case, what you need to do is start off this way, and then maybe you'll gradually grow into this place? Or do you have a long-term history with these things? Have you tried therapy before? Have you tried, like, say something, say something. Say something. I got more from my GP going to it and being like, I feel like I need to be admitted. And it's getting a little desperate for me right now, right? And she sat and spoke and asked, she even asked if, am I safe at home? Am I comfortable? Would I have somebody that's going to help me out with my medication? Because she was like, I'd like to give the medication to you, but also for me to be comfortable, I need to know that you are with someone that is going to help you take it properly and on time, and but just so that you don't get to like a really bad space and mess that up, right? So just that, and explaining, oh no, I am covered. Okay, I've got my husband. Okay, have you told him already that you are here? No, I haven't told him. I just realized that, like, I saw it was bad. And today I came from work and it was even worse. And I'm like, before I get home, I just need to do something about it right now. She's like, okay, you're going to need support. So before you leave here, please make sure that you contact your husband. Let him know. I'm going to give you the referral letter, but I'm also going to give you medication because at this time, because it was around Christmas time, at this time, hospitals might be full. So if they make you wait for a bit and you're not getting attended, at least you know you have these in the meantime until January when you're able to get more help if you need to wait until then and you don't have any help in the meantime. You know what I mean? Like that type of conversation. That's something that you'd expect so that you can feel comfortable and even say a little more. In that moment, I didn't even realize that I didn't tell my husband I was on my way to the doctor to go. I was just like, yeah, 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 yeah. Sort this thing out before something goes wrong. And you are driving, and whoa, babes, it's not looking right, right? So that's how it was coming off to me. And I'm just like, okay, just go help, ask for help, and see what you get from there, and take it from there. Whereas here, government facility, rural area, it's already a weird conversation. You can't say depression. You can't say anxiety. You can say it, but it's just like, why? I've got the same, I get, not I got, I get the same looks that I've gotten when I went to the different hospitals. And the nurses at these government hospitals were like, but you have a husband, but you have a family, but you're pretty. Literally, yo, guys, it's so funny. Like this guy, yo, such a vibrant gay guy. Like, yo, he's like, you're so pretty. Why would you ever do that? As soon as you get into this place, that's where you're really going to go through all of that. You don't have any of these things. You don't. You think you've got struggles. You don't have any struggles. As soon as you get inside, that's where you. And then at the hospital that I ended up getting admitted at, this girl comes, I think she's a nurse, but she seemed to sort of be training or something because she was sort of just going behind somebody else that was doing something and then just doing like the little things that I don't even understand the dynamics of what is going on. And she comes to me, she's like, I also have stress sometimes, hey, but you're pretty. So why would you allow it to get to this point? These are the things you're going to hear from our community. These are the things you're going to hear. It would be so much better and so much more helpful, I think, if the government facilities were finding a way to get into the community to let them know about mental health and mental illness, and just the management of it. Nothing hectic, because we are still at a place where someone who's struggling with schizophrenia will be taken to initiation school to be a traditional doctor. Sometimes, okay, sharp, that, but sometimes you just need your meds, dog. Sometimes it's just that. Remember, we have topics here. Conclusion. Caregiving is burdensome in poorly resourced areas. Yes. 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 It is tiresome. There's not enough support. When you go to the hospital, you are turned back to start from the clinic. When you go to the clinic, they want to know if you went via the hospital first. It's weird. And then, if you are a caregiver and you are already dealing with taking care of someone that is fully reliant on you, and then getting to these facilities where you have to be even more hyper vigilant, like you have to be even more defensive, you have to be even more ready and angry and feisty, you have to be even more defensive so that you can defend yourself and defend the person that you are caring for because of the attitude you might meet with there. And then if you're going to be told to turn back because you didn't start with the right channels, but you're dealing with someone that you're taking care of, that you need help, like, does it make sense? Like, does it? Man. Feelings of helplessness and hopelessness, psychosomatic and depressive symptoms relate to the lack of effective community support, which are likely to result in compromising the care they provide. Okay. Contribution. The results call for the Department of Health to strengthen community mental health services and for healthcare professionals to provide supportive interventions based on the needs of mental health care users and their families. I think it would be so helpful if healthcare professionals thought about the whole thing. The whole, it's not just this person that's struggling, it's their family as well that needs to understand how far, what's going on with this person and what they need to do and how we can help and how far we can go but how far we can't go and stuff like that. They That's where healthcare professionals are supposed to be helping out. What I've seen with healthcare professionals, I don't fully know, understand, or know, but what I've seen, they are individuals that really want to make a difference. The problem comes when they are a collective. I don't know if it's when they are a collective or with the fact that they are just individuals and the government support is also what they're relying on. They are also understaffed and overworked. So there's only so much they can do. But it would be wonderful. The Department of Health strengthening community mental health services and trying to find a way to get into the communities to understand. Now, well, clearly this is like a research project or something. Using this type of research of people that have been on the ground saying, here's what's happened. They selected 16 family members from 8 community health centers. It would be great if this type of research was done in a lot of other rural areas. Because other people that I've seen struggle with their mental health in rural areas are caregivers themselves. Caregivers are taking care of, a lot of the time, the elderly who, again, really reliant on them. It's not an issue. It's just that it does take a lot. It does take a lot from you as the caregiver. sometimes you as a caregiver are the one that needs support. So if the Department of Health could just step in here. I feel like a lot of nonprofits, Lifeline, SADC, they're doing what they can. It would be so wonderful to have the support of the government. But before I get too worked up, because I can feel myself overheating now. Thank you so much for watching. If you do find this information helpful in any way, please do consider subscribing. Do also like this video so that it can be pushed out to other people that might find it interesting. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.